It has been brought to my attention that a lot of you are itching to know more about the OMNY card. So even though this thing is still hard to get a hold of, we are still making a video so that you are prepped and ready for when the OMNY card is in popular use. So in this video, we are going to cover reasons to even have an OMNY card, the usefulness of an OMNY account, even though you don't have an OMNY card, and everything else that's good to know regarding this piece of plastic that all of you rail fans just can't wait to get your hands on. Welcome to Urban Caffeine. Get lucky by hitting that like button. But before we get into this piece of highly coveted 2 by 3¼ inch card, I'd like to mention that a while back, this channel created a video that covers OMNY readers and broke down fare capping. So if you haven't already, watch this video to learn more about these readers and how fare capping works. Link is in the description below. So the OMNY card. Because you watched this video, you'll know that the OMNY reader accepts all sorts of payment methods. And one of them is, ta-da-da, the OMNY card. As of recording, you can only purchase OMNY cards at certain convenience stores like 7-Eleven, CVS, or Duane Reade. This OMNY retail locator is online and link to this website is in the description below. Regarding the OMNY card itself, here are a few questions you might be asking. Starting with, why even use an OMNY card when your credit card or phone does just as well? Here are some reasons. If you prefer to use cash because for some reason you don't want to leave a paper trail, for all you folks who want to stay invisible in the world, I recommend this book. And I have an affiliate link in the description below. And when it comes to using OMNY readers, your way of paying cash is by using an OMNY card. However, right now, refilling your card with cash is a bit of a hassle because you'll have to do it at a convenience store, the same convenience stores that are selling the OMNY cards. Make sure to check out this locator in the description below. More reason to use the OMNY card is if you do not have a smart device or your debit or credit card does not have NFC capabilities. This is worth noting because many companies issue commuter cards to their employees for tax benefits. But these commuter cards usually do not have that tap and pay feature. The OMNY card gets you around this. Plus, you can set up auto refill too, so you don't even have to think about whether or not your balance is getting low. If you're like me, you live for organization, especially when it comes to personal bookkeeping and accounting. When all your OMNY taps are not consolidated on your credit card bill, it's hard to keep track of your transit spending, compared to seeing occasional refill charges when using an OMNY card. Staying organized and on top of your finances is important in order to not go broke in NYC. And if you want to see the breakdown of your travels, you can do this in your OMNY account. And also, I personally don't like the process of digging out my phone or wallet whenever I have to pay for the subway. By having a separate OMNY card, I can easily keep it in an easy-to-access pocket. But you might be asking, then why not just use a MetroCard? These machines are not always the most fun to use. They have a clunky user interface, and not to mention sometimes covered with greasy fingerprints. And there are times they don't even accept certain payment methods, or they'll just malfunction on you on the spot. With the OMNY card, you can easily refill it from the comfort of your computer. And not only that, you can also automate it and not have to think about the hassle of reloading. The MTA is currently working on how to provide reduced fare to students, those with disabilities, and other reduced fare riders. This will come in the form of a special OMNY card, so stay tuned for that. Whether you have an OMNY card or not, I would recommend having an OMNY account, because if you don't have an OMNY card, you can still add a credit or debit card that you use regularly on the subway. By doing this, there are 3 advantages. First, you can easily track fare capping. In your account, you can easily see how much you spend in a week, whether you're using an OMNY card or a debit card. And if you do reach the fare cap limit, you will get an alert saying that the rest of your rides are free for the rest of the week. Again, learn more about fare capping by watching this video. There's also the ability to dispute charges on your card if you think you're wrongfully charged. You simply go to your trips, hit dispute, and fill out the form. And lastly, if for any reason you need a receipt, you can go to your charges, and download a receipt from there. Since your account can have multiple cards on it, this is useful if you have a family, running a small business, or any situation where you need to administer to other people's travels. If you do go through the trouble of searching for an OMNY card because you want to be an early adopter, here are a few things to know. The OMNY card is $5 while the MetroCard is only $1. But the OMNY card will last 5 years before it expires while the MetroCard is only good for 1 year. And when you go to buy an OMNY card, you can only do so with cash since it's considered a gift card. And it's at the gift card section that you'll see it too at the convenience store. And something I appreciate about the OMNY card is that it's pretty sturdy, unlike the MetroCard, which is quite flimsy. So that's the OMNY card in a nutshell. If you have questions, comment down below. Once commuters can buy and reload OMNY cards at subway stations, we'll make sure to publish an updated video. So subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you to our Patreon community's continued support to keep Urban Caffeine going. If you want more New York City content, behind the scenes, and free artwork, check out patreon.com/urbancaffeine. Until next time, thank you so much for watching and happy New Yorking!